go down. There you go.
I like to go to the place I was going.
You don't want to go too fast.
Am I doing okay?
It looks like you're doing okay.
See, I'm gonna try soon.
Yeah, you swim a lot.
Only one more pin.
Remember, when we get to here, we gotta stop so we can stuff it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's going. Hi, and welcome to Just One More Thing, a podcast about knitting and crafting. I'm your host, Janessa Keller, and I'm joined today by... What's your name?
It was in Canada.
Emerson. My other normal podcast, Brooklyn, is off at a sleepaway tonight. So Emerson is my crafting buddy today. And what did you learn to do today, Emerson?
So,
You
on
learned-
the sewing machine.
He learned to
A
sew.
brother sewing machine.
He learned to sew on my brother sewing machine. To show him what you sewed. What did you make?
This pillow, I sometimes use it like this so my hand doesn't get on my head like this.
Yeah,
And I'll also use it in the car.
it'll be handy for in the car.
And I'm going to have a sleeping mask. So like this is going to be the outside. In this color, it's a navy blue.
It's going to be the inside.
It's going to be in the inside.
So we went fabric shopping today, and I'll talk about the sleep mask in a minute. Okay, we're back. So Emerson was talking about a sleep mask. Yes. Do you want to put them on and show them how it works?
So yeah, sometimes we have to turn off the lights and turn on 2 lamps. I just want a sleep mask like this.
Show them, put it
see
on. Show them how it works.
This is like the outside, the inside's red, and the waistband's all one thing, and I'm gonna show you how it works. Like this. It can sleep, and then they won't have to turn off the lights anymore.
So I made myself a sleep mask because sometimes it gets really bright in our bedroom at night. There's like lights outside that are really bright, and I have trouble sleeping. So I thought, well, I'll make myself a sleep mask and I'll practice some of my sewing skills. Emerson said that after I made this one, he really wanted one. So that's what the fabric that he picked out was for a sleep mask for him. Because sometimes he sleeps out in the living room and we leave the lights on while we're still up. So he wants a sleep mask so he can sleep out here.
And they want to turn on the light.
And
And sometimes my dad watches TV on
Yeah.
TV in there.
So
We had an old Samsung in there. Now we got one out for our bedroom.
we don't need to tell them every little detail, sweetheart. So, yeah, he decided that since sometimes he sleeps out here in the living room while we're still up, he needed a sleep mask, and that's what he picked out his fabric for. This one, I should tell you the pattern came from Tilly and the Buttons. It's a website, just tillyandthebuttons.com, I'm pretty sure. I'll put it up here. And it was a free pattern to download, the eye mask pattern. Yes, I did. Let's not interrupt, please. So the little eye mask part is a free pattern to print out, and there's a whole picture tutorial that goes over how to make like the casing for the elastic, how to sew it all together. Because this was the first time I made one, I made a couple of mistakes. It does call to put some batting. I don't know, you can probably tell like there's kind of a thickness to that. It calls to put batting on the inside. I don't know, I guess maybe I didn't tack it down right or something, I don't know. But basically it's come loose and it all gets stuck up in here. I also cut my elastic too small, and so you can see where it's starting to like pull from being too tight when I wear it. So I also bought some fabric today to make myself a second one. Excuse me. Oh, and the other thing that I did wrong, my seam allowance, like I did the seam allowance that it called for, but this to me ends up being too small. Like it's not wide enough, I feel like. So I thought, well, I'll just make another one. It's super quick. I think I made that one in like under an hour. So they don't take long. And so yeah, I got some other cute fabric today in order to make one. I think you only need like maybe 1/8 of a yard, but these fat quarters at Walmart are super cheap. They're just like $1. So I figure, why not? I'll have some extra fabric to practice stuff on. So that was our sewing crafting today. And now I'm going to talk about a whole lot of knitting. Do you still want to sit here?
Yeah, I'll lean back.
While I talk about the knitting, you can scooch back so I can reach my stuff. He's just going to chill out in the background. You can scoot your bottom back a little bit, buddy. Scooch, scooch. There you go.
I can do like this.
And then you don't have to lean back so far.
Like, I do not know why she hangs this up here.
Decoration. That's why I hang that up there. Okay. So, the first one I'm going to talk about, it's going to be a little hard to show because I am in the middle of a row. How far am I?
The one that you finished?
It would take too long to get to hurry up and knit it to the end of the row, so I can kind of show you how it's going. But I am nearly done with the Shishui Shrug. So, this is the top part. Hopefully nothing falls off my needles while I show this to you. Yeah, this is the side I want to show. It's like a skeleton? Well, it's not supposed to look like a skeleton.
But use color of a skeleton.
But there's the top and all the fading. I separated the sleeves. And I am nearly to the bind off. So you can kind of see it's a lot of knitting there. I ran out of yarn. So I had to order another skein of the yellow and the brown. This is all the brown I have left, and I'm not through this main part. Basically, I have to do like 3 more rows, which is in brioche, it's really like 6 rows. So I'm definitely going to need another skein. I'm completely out of the yellow. But then I just have to, once I bind off, I'm going to pick up the sleeves and knit the sleeves out, and then I'll be done. So I'm super close to having that complete and ready to gift, and it's turning out really, really nice. But man, this thing takes a long time to knit, because by the time I'm binding this off, I'm going to be at like 507 stitches. And I get to do those 507 stitches in I-cord. Yes. Yes, he has a song that he would like to sing.
It happened when I finished sewing something and I also got iron. Tell you those two sides.
Oh yes, he also got to iron after we sewed. I taught him how to use the iron. That was special because I usually don't let him touch my iron.
And I was so glad that you was gone and I knew how to sew. I actually did a video on my iPad, like my own tiny little podcast.
Oh, well, we'll have to put that at the end. Your own tiny little podcast.
It'll go like this.
So what's your song that you made up?
That's all.
You weren't gonna. I thought you were gonna sing "This Is the Best Day Ever" song that you made up.
I'm too nervous to sing that.
You're too nervous to sing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk about my other knitting project then.
I was pretty nervous to sing that song on the Christmas concert.
Oh.
Really nervous.
I'm a really bad podcaster today. I didn't know that I was going to podcast until we needed to come up with something special to do, just him and me, since Brooklyn decided to spend the night at a friend's house. So I didn't finish getting through any of my rows. But I have been working on the dotted rays. which is a very long-term knitting project because I am knitting it out of some hand-spun Falkland that was dyed by Once Upon a Corgi. I spun this myself, so I bought the wool from Once Upon a Corgi. And as you can see, it's very thin yarn, and there is a lot left. So, what?
Can I tell my also got a dye color too?
That was a long time ago, sweetheart. I've already showed that yarn that you helped me dye.
Oh.
But yes, once you got to help me dye yarn, that was a
Yeah.
project that we did at one point.
Yeah, and Brooklyn also got a join in it. She
Yeah.
got a tiny sewing machine now. She got it for her birthday.
Yeah, they've heard about the tiny sewing machine that Brooklyn has. But you learned on the big sewing machine.
Yes, that's a lot more exciting to do
Very much more exciting.
than a tiny little sewing machine.
So the other thing that I am working on, I talked about this many podcasts ago. I can't even remember how long ago it was. But my mom would like me to knit her this asymmetric sweater. Let's see if we can get really close up on that. There we go. So it's a knitted sweater with like a swoopy kind of cable along of it. Here's it kind of shows you the direction of knit. I haven't even figured out how to do the knitting part of it yet. It looks like it even has set-in sleeves, so yay. It also seems like maybe there's a lot of sewing involved. So yeah, it looks like it starts out and you knit this way and it curves and then you pick up stitches, or maybe this is separate and you knit like this little piece and then you knit from here up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't read through all the directions yet. Yes.
Can I show her how she used to draw, women?
No.
Okay, I was just saying if I could, since she's not here, I think she'd like to show a drawing that I have in mind.
A drawing that she did for you?
She did a drawing I think you'd like.
Well, maybe she would like to wait until she's on the podcast to show it. You just want to show something else, don't you?
I want to show something else than this
How-
stuff.
How about while I am finishing talking about my knitting, you go draw a picture and then you can come back and show it to us.
Or how about I show something that I got for my birthday?
Well, that's not very crafty. This is a crafty podcast. We got to show things that we craft.
Okay. Where's the pencil?
I
I'll go
don't know.
find something in the bedroom.
Sorry about that. So while he's drawing, I'll try to talk about the rest of my knitting. So anyway, I swatched for the sweater. I'm not really happy with the material that I got. It's very, very loose. So I'm going to go down a couple of needle sizes and go up a couple of sizes in the knitting. And I have plenty of extra yarn, so I'm not worried about running out of that, which is usually a problem. What are you doing?
Okay, get my drawing book out of the car.
Okay. So that is a project that I am starting. Sorry for the noise that I am starting. Another project that I don't know that I've showed on the podcast yet, because I started it right before we went on vacation. This was meant to be my car knitting. It did not end up being my car knitting. My Shishui shrug that I'm working on for my friend ended up being the car knitting. So this actually never got worked on vacation, but I did start it before I went on vacation. This is some hand-spun cotton that I did years and years ago. No idea of the yardage that I've got, but I thought it would be a fun one to do the asymmetric triple treat shawl. Cool. I'm all tangled. So the triple treat shawl from Cozy Up Stitches, Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. They changed their name a little bit and I can't remember which one it was. Anyway, this is their triple treat shawl. You saw, I test knit this pattern for them doing the crescent shape of the triple treat. It's called Triple Treat because the same stitch pattern, they have it written out for asymmetric, classic triangle, and a crescent, a semicircular shawl. So anyway, this is how far I've gotten on it so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's really nice and light with the cotton, and it's, again, like very thin cotton that I hand spun, so it's working up really, really light and airy. And this is the perfect stitch pattern for it, because all those yarn overs that kind of open it up like that really lets you, it really shows off the cotton really nicely. I feel like this is really bugging me. That's a little bit better. Now you can see more. Okay, sorry for that camera angle switch. But while he's drawing, I felt like all you could see was like this part of my head, and like there was a lot of open space. So, let's see. What else was there to show you? So I showed you the Shishui Shrug, and we talked about our fabric and those two projects. So I think the only thing left to discuss is I am participating in my third Initiate Knit Design Challenge with Aroha Knits. The first one I did the Chasing River shawl that you all may remember, and then the last time that she went through this challenge, I created this Violetta hat. Let me show it to you without the seam showing. There we go. The Violetta hat, which I still have not published, but will be publishing very soon. I want to get it test knit by a couple people, and I need to get some good pictures of it. This right here is showing up wonky. Anyway, I need to get some good pictures of it, and get it out to some test knitters. And then I also am waiting to hear back. I submitted it to a publication that it was a call for submissions, and this kind of fit the bill. So I'm waiting to hear back to see if it's going to be put in that before I self-release it. But as soon as I know where you can get this pattern, I will be sure to let you know. So that was the second Initiate Knit Design, and now I'm working on a, it's just like day 2 of the challenge, but I'm working on, I'm going to cover up some stuff, there we go, a cowl that will have some, like the shape of aspen leaves in the middle, and then there's a border on each end that's kind of mirror image flipped. On one side it's like a stockinette fabric with purl bumps doing a pattern, and then on the reverse side it's reverse stockinette fabric with slipped knit stitches being the raised pattern on that. So you'll be seeing more of that probably in a couple of weeks when I do another podcast. But in the meantime, Emerson, what did you draw?
Well, I can tell you, I'm not very good, but I tried to copy both into that, so I think might be creepy to you guys.
It's not going to be creepy.
I need something that cover up.
Why? Why do you need to cover up?
I'll get blue fabric.
Sorry for the shaking. Don't shake the table, buddy.
Oh.
What are we covering up? Why don't you want to show them the other two people?
Well, I want to do an order.
Oh.
So I think I was like at a church when I draw a person. The stick person you see. Forgot to draw his mouth.
Oh, a mouthless stick person.
But he has this shoe and then wheels.
A wheeled shoe? Well, that'll make it easy to get around because it looks like he only has one leg.
He has 2.
Oh, they're just really close together. Okay.
And both didn't like that, so that's why I put a heart. When I was 6, I used to do that.
Uh-huh.
when I was 5, I used to do that. I put it in for now. And that's the last one. See, his feet are wheels.
So he's kind of like a robot?
He gets down.
Or he's just wearing skates?
No, he gets down on his feet, and then he gets down on his elbows, and then he goes.
Oh, he just goes?
It's like a car person.
Wow. Well, then I bet he probably is a robot if he's a car person.
No, he's just a car.
Oh, he's just a car.
It's in Car City.
Okay. Well, then it all makes sense.
We
All right.
play this game with cars.
Okay.
Car City.
All right. Well, I think we've shown everything, and that's all we have for our podcast today.
Bye.
All right. I guess we'll see you later. Do you want to sing your other song that you made up?
I'm still too nervous. I only like to see it when Daddy gets home.
Here, what if you put this on and sing it, and then no one will be able to see you?
Okay.
Sing it with the blindfold on, and then you won't be so scared.
Okay. I still do not believe
I won't post it if you don't want me to. Okay. I just want to hear your song.
Edit that out. Okay.
I'll edit it out. Just sing your song for me, okay?
I forgot it.
It was something like, "This is the best day ever, the best day ever. I learned how to sew. This is the best."
Forgot
You
the whole
didn't-
lines.
You did.
Yes,
forget.
I forgot it.
Make one up.
Okay.
This is the best day ever, the best day ever.
I don't know any more songs.
Okay. Well, let's not sing it. Tell me why this was the best day ever. What was your favorite part of today?
Okay, keep this one.
Okay, I'll keep this part in.
So, the best day of why this is the best day of what? My life? You're wondering? It is because when I was in school, I learned how to sew and iron stuff.
And you just got to spend the whole day with Mom? Or that's not the best part of the day?
And I got to spend the whole day with Mom and simply do a tiny podcast, which, Mommy, it's a video.
Okay.
Like, I took on video like this.
Okay.
Only like 48 seconds.
Okay. All right. Well, stay tuned for 48 seconds of Emerson's solo podcast debut. All
I
right.
didn't measure them and I wasn't know what I was thinking, and I can get it. I can get the thing.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll look at it. All right. Well, we'll see you all again in a couple weeks, maybe.
Bye. Hey, Brooklyn. If you're watching this, I'm taking care of it. And yeah, it's pretty great. Where are you going? I really love it. I might start a company. You never know. So, yeah. Yeah. It's really, really great. FYI, I'm starting a mommy's machine. So I'm going to be in the podcast now from now on. Bye. Hope you like it.